If you're watching this right now and you haven't hit the like button, Billy, get on it. Bug your brother. Tell him to do the same. So I'm going to start with a disclaimer that I'm not about to tell you the bullpen is okay. But I am going to be honest, and this may rub people the wrong way because I'm not in a panic like some folks are. Let's just forget about the Zach Pop implosion. And I do wish to give Zach Pop a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. He did have 2 outs with nobody on before winding up giving up little dinky single after little dinky single. Like he really got nickel and dime to death by the end. And then Adam Cimber comes in and gives up that 3-run home run. Obviously, the 8-1 score, if you were watching the game, you know how that just doesn't tell the tale. Okay, so let's forget about the Zach Pop implosion. Yes, it was ugly. Forget about Cimber's home run. That sucked. But you know who wouldn't have been in this game, in this high leverage situation, had the Blue Jays managed to score a run with the bases loaded and nobody out? Zach Pop.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that what happened, right? Like there's no way that John Schneider goes to Zach Pop in that high leverage situation if the Blue Jays have the lead. It's just the way it would have been. It would have been Jordan Romano, or it would have been Jimmy Garcia. It would have been one of the high leverage guys, Eric Swanson, who has a track record. Now, this whole beginning of the season, Zach Pop is dominated. And we have heard lots of people say, I want to see Zach Pop in more high leverage situations. Okay. But listen, I really do believe this mental toughness is required for high leverage relievers, and you are forged in fire. You don't just accumulate experience without going through the experience. And it is April 19th, and Zach Pop has incredible stuff. So to just throw him under the bus and act like this loss is on him, when this loss, in my opinion, is truly on the offense, he wouldn't have even been in the game had the offense done what they had to do. Again, bases loaded, nobody out. And I don't want to let the whole bullpen off the hook here because it hasn't been where we want to see it. And there is definite improvements that need to be made if this team is going to be a true contender. But let's not blow it out of proportion here. Everyone likes to look over to the Astros bullpen and be like, oh my goodness, if only we could be like the Houston Astros. Are you truly thinking that there's no bumps in the road on building that Astros bullpen? I mean, even Rafael Montero, they're still going through some growing pains with him. We watched it firsthand as he literally gave up that run and loaded the bases before Brian Abreu comes in. I don't know, man. I'm just not about to panic quite yet. I understand that Cimber's had a bad year. His numbers just have been bad. Trevor Richards always gives us a scare, but he's improving. And yeah, there are some blemishes, but there's blemishes in every bullpen, and it is April 19th, and I would far rather have a guy with the sort of stuff that Zach Pop has be getting his experience early in the season rather than hoping that he can pull it out in September when he's never been there.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, now's the time to get that experience. I'm still high on Zach Pop. I think medium high.
One thing to keep in mind, Adam, is that if you look over his career, he hasn't been put in high leverage situations almost at all. Truly, last night was probably the highest leverage situations the Blue Jays have put him in.
Yeah, Astros late game, down by 1, with the team showing signs of life. Yeah, probably the highest leverage maybe he's ever pitched in his career.
Jordan Romano wasn't just handed the closer role and then excelled. Right? Like, I love Jordan Romano. I absolutely love Jordan Romano. And let's even talk Jordan Romano a little bit here because he is the one true bright spot in this bullpen. Whether you truly believe he's a legit closer or not, the numbers show he is.
I mean,
Jordan Romano, go ahead, Adam. Sorry.
No, it's just gotta 12 strikeouts in 9 innings pitched. Got a whip of 107. Only 3 walks given up. 0 home runs, which has been his kryptonite in the past.
Leads the league in saves.
Leads the league in saves. He's looking better with runners on this year.
He really has, and you know what?
We saw him the other day come in for a in the 8th inning for the long save, which has again been not a critique but a question mark of him getting to that elite level. I know when we talked with Jeff Blair, that was the Jeff Blair concern, is I don't see him coming in as an 8th inning guy that can give you 4 or 5 outs.
4 or 5, 6 outs. Yeah, exactly. But Jordan Romano is pitching almost completely off of his slider this season. It's been so interesting to watch. I mean, 2 nights ago, 14 of his 15 pitches at him were sliders. Like the game before that, he pitched almost a 50-50 split, sliders to fastball. Hitters just don't know when he's going to throw that 98-mile-an-hour fastball with run. You know what it reminds me of? Did you remember Duck, Duck, Goose when you were in like kindergarten? And I remember there was this one kid, he just loved attention, dude. It was insane. And whenever he was the guy who was running around the circle, he never said goose. It was just nonstop, him running around, duck, 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 duck. And like the psychology of it, like you're sitting in that circle and you're just like, when's it coming? When's he going to say goose? Right? That's Jordan Romano's fastball.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. I like that analogy. I just want a clip of you saying duck 10 times in a row.
Just make me look like an insane person. Yeah. I'm just saying, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Yes, it was disappointing to see Zach Pop kind of buckle under the pressure with 2 outs in that 8th inning, but to just act like this is a consistent problem isn't truly looking at the big picture.
Well, I mean, look at this is baseball though, right? Is like you said, these dinky hits were just eating them up with 2 out. I mean, the other side of the coin is George Springer hit a blistering shot to third that happened to be caught. You know, like baseball's funny like that. That's why it's 162 games for the season, because these things kind of shake out in the wash. We're going to have games that go our way for exactly this reason and games that go the other way for exactly this reason. So, no, this is just a perfect example of like, sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. I'm not willing to overreact on this one game, but generally speaking, the bats have been ice cold this week, and that's a concern.
A great example of this, dude, is my mind went blank. It's not important.
Must have been a lie. All right, you want to move on, talk Brandon Belt?
Yeah, let's talk